Welcome back to my new episode of how to become a full stack developer. In this episode, I'm gonna talk about myself, my experiences, and I hope that it become helpful for you. So in 1991, I was born, and after 5 years, my parents find out that I can multiply 7 to 8, some two-digit numbers, and so on. They found out that my mathematics is good, and after 5 years, around 2001, I accepted in a high IQ school, and after 7 years later, I accepted in university entrance exam. And you know what? During my school duration, I found out that I should focus on mostly practicing for university. My major, my future is depend on my university and so on. And then I get familiar with one of my best friends, and we started to reading books. For example, I remember that for physics, I read 11 books for understanding the whole questions, whole points, whole techniques, and so on. And let's consider that first book, it took like 2 days to finish. Next one, only one day, and next one, less than half, and so on. So I remember that for chemistry, I had a record in a day that I solved 1,800 chemistry questions in one day. So 100, 1,800. Then I'm thinking about it now. Uh, it was a really good record. And also, the thing is, in chemistry, in my exam, the highest number in 500,000 students that was participating in that exam, the highest number was 91%. It was like from 35 question to uh, miss 4 question, but I was the only one to get 100% in chemistry, and also 95% in math and 97 in physics. So the thing is, in that time, I could also study some other like religious questions and so on, but unfortunately or fortunately, I didn't read them at all, and my percentages were 5, 10%. And with total of that, I become rank 22 between 500,000 students, and 4 years later, in 2012, I become rank 6 for going to master's degree. So I finished my bachelor and master's in electrical engineering, and actually all of my friends after this time, I mean in 2011, all of them applied for USA universities, but I have no idea that why I didn't do that. I'm still regret of why I didn't apply that, but anyway, I was thinking that what should I do to earn some money after this time. And in 2013, one of my friends invited me to his house, and he was coding. He told me that Okay, I should solve this problem. I told him, please let me know what's your problem. After he told me, I told him, okay, this condition, that condition, and so on. So in 2030, I become a junior, let's say, not junior, something less than junior, code problem solver, problem solver. And exactly 3 months later, it was a festival ticket selling that in one day we had to sell more than 30,000 tickets. And the thing is, we had a big team, and after the whole process was only 4 months. In first month, I applied there as a designer. I didn't even read the title. I was super young and not accurate, and they told me that okay, we see some talents, please code this, and they told me to develop something that was not related to the ticket selling, and I finished it, and they were surprised. Wow, how you found out how to code that and implement that and so on. And they told me that we want to teach you how to become a Vue developer. And then in like 5 days, I become a Vue developer. I developed the whole cinema row seats, and then user could click on them and send the API to backend and send the details of that showtime, that tape, that movie, and so on. And next week, after I become the front end developer, they told me that we want to teach you Laravel, and the thing is, 1 month before project finished, they found out that they have a lot to develop, and the things they are developing is so slow and sometimes buggy, and they need to just fix those bugs. They told me that okay, Farid, please develop this feature, and they saw me that I finished that feature. Okay, let's develop this, the payment, the reservation flow, the list, the admin panel data, the rolling, managing access, authorization, authentication, the whole migration. All of them, I was doing that, and in 2 weeks before project starts selling, everything was working perfect. So I become a full stack developer, and after we finished the selling tickets, I asked my team lead that, can you please let me know after I finish the whole things with Laravel View, what is Laravel? And he was laughing a lot because my question, I was actually using Laravel View to develop great software, but I had no idea what's that. So the after that, I in 2014 I switched the company, and I went to a bank. I was there for a while, and after that, one of my friend told me that okay, let's have some startups. I built two startups that you can find also in my GitHub if you search for shop restaurants online order and restaurants and online order, and in 2 months I finished the whole process. You could see all the restaurants live, and I started to launch it in some of the cities in Iran. And right after that, one of other friends come to me and told me that we need a social media for artists, something like you can define. For example, I define that I want a portrait, and this is the details, and I have a list of artists, and they can bid on it, and they can review the bid, and then I can accept the offer, pay the payments, and so on. I also finish that, and after this one, one of my friends told me that let's create some chats like uh, the chats that is on the corner of the website that will be open and you can communicate with the support. I finished that also, something like crisp chat. And then after I finished that, the thing was I started coding whenever someone just told me that we need this without actually thinking about the business. So the thing is, the business always not and marketing always not as perfect as the coding part. So it's really important that the startup business is good if you're selling, for example, so like uh, facial care things and so on. You should have a good business behind this website. Otherwise, you can't be successful. And after this one of them told me that let's create a website just like Shopify, a shop generator or marketplace. And I started talking with the greatest software companies in Iran named Hulu, and they told me that we need you to work on it. After we finished that with one of my best friends, they told us that okay, we need 51% and you're gonna have 49. So that 1% is kind of making us a slave, but we've been a co-founder in that startup, and that wasn't actually fair. So I quit that and I went to another company working on rental, uh, the real estate. In that company, I developed a feature that was telling you based on the statistics that this price of the apartment is up the average, below the average, based on the distance, based on the floor, the like elevator, parking, and so on. And it was the age of the building, and it was really a great experience for me. Also, you could compare two different states, and also it was they had a application. I developed the whole process with Laravel, React Native, and so on. And after that, I was thinking that okay, let's move on. Let's switch to another project. It was a like uh, it was a shop website that I was working for them, and after that there was a Danish company in Denmark, and they were focusing on real estate. So I started to uh, implementing the whole process of real estate. As I had this same experience, and after this one, I started to become a freelancer inside a freelancer website, and I find a company in USA. It was Synergy Power. They were working on solar panels. They had a lot of automated things that I was doing for them. And after that one, I started working on a rental car website in Tehran that name is Saudat Rent, and we had the whole flow of listing the cars, showing it to our users, and then providing the contract to sign, and then give the car key to our users and payments and so on. And after this one of my friends told me that I want to create a digital menu for the restaurants. And the point is, he becomes successful right after COVID situation. So in, I'm not sure it was in 2020 or not, or 21, the COVID started and his business grow. He become the number one in this industry. And after this one, I switched to another website that another startup that it was focusing on how to sell or buy cryptos. You had some charts and you had some calculations that whenever some of the users wants to sell in one price and some other wants to buy in other price, how to manage these things. So it was a really great backend challenge for me. I learned a lot, and after this one, I found a learning management systems. I was working for a Germany company in the east part of Dresden, in the Dresden, and I was focusing on become a full stack developer there. It wasn't a startup or something like that, and I was working with two of my greatest friends there, and I introduced like seven other person, and the company get bigger and bigger, and right now they are kind of number one in this industry in Germany. And after this one, I started to kind of relocate because during this time I found out that you know, I miss to improve my change my country. So in 2022, I just quit the country, immigrate to Germany, and I started to my current career position. And actually, uh, in my some of my weekends, I'm right now developing a website that I will teach you in other. I guess I write the name. Yeah, I create a project, a game project with Socket React Nest.js. I am gonna teach you how to develop that, and I'm gonna share the code base for with you. And yeah, that was it. And these days my favorite hobby is playing chess in less than 1 minute. So for the end of this video, let's play one round of the chess together, and let's finish this video there. So here we're gonna play 1 minute bullet. Okay, let's pre-move. Yeah, he's a great opponent. Go for it. Come on. Now what? Now what? Go away. Thank you. Thanks. Take these. Interesting. What do you want to do? Okay. I'm gonna take this one also. You can take this. Go for it. And also, let's say I wanna come here maybe. Okay. Go for it. Mm-hmm. Sure. Ta-da. 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 Come on, bro. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Come on, play. Move something.